Get arranged here on the podium. It's pressed for space. Where do you work, sir?
I work for the Johnson City Police Department.
What do you do for them?
I'm a criminal investigator.
Okay, and you specially assigned to a particular unit right now?
Currently, I work for the Special Investigation Squad
Okay. And how long have you worked as an investigator overall, sir?
since 2014.
And how long in law enforcement in general?
Since 2000.
Okay. And have you gone to any kind of special classes or training to process crime scenes, sir?
Yes, in 2016, I attended a school called the National Forensic Academy. It's part of University of Tennessee's Law Enforcement Innovation Center.
Okay. And what kind of training is that? How long does it take?
It's 10 weeks of training, 400 hours of training pertaining to forensics, processing crime scenes,
Okay.
things of that nature.
What kind of subject matters are entailed with that?
You spent time learning how to just overall processing and managing crime scenes. You spend time learning how different ways to collect and process fingerprints, how to collect DNA, blocks on bloodstain pattern analysis, shooting scene reconstruction, clandestine grave excavation.
And using that training, have you utilized that in certain crime scenes in Johnson City over the years?
Yes, those of us who have attended specialized training are on call to process major crime scenes such as murders.
Okay. And specifically, on January the 18th of 2021 at 825 Hamilton Street, did you become involved in that investigation?
I did.
And in what capacity did you become involved?
I was called out to process the scene of the crime
Okay.
at 825 Hamilton Street.
And I mean, just in general terms, what do we mean by processing?
Photograph the scene, sketch the scene, collect evidence, document the collection of evidence.
Okay. And were you the primary person to do that, in charge of it?
Yes, I was.
And did you do that at the house at 825 Hamilton?
Yes.
Okay. And was it the same day as the 911 calls to that residence on the 18th?
Yes.
Now, we're going to start, hold on. What's a FARO? They call it FARO at the department. What is that?
It is a specialized type of camera. The apparatus sits on a tripod. The camera sits on top, and it allows us to photograph and conduct laser scans of a room. So the apparatus is on the tripod, you activate it, and it spins around. As the camera is spinning around, it's taking multiple photographs in a 360-degree fashion. While it is taking those photographs, it is also taking laser scans of the room, so it allows for precise measurements as well. So you get a 360-degree view of the room and precise measurements.
Okay. Is this a machine you operated there at 825 Hamilton or somebody else in the department?
Someone else did. I believe Officer Todd Moody did.
Okay. And is that normally used in traffic reconstructions?
It's used for homicides in addition to traffic, serious traffic collisions, yes.
And then was that device utilized at 825 Hamilton, sir?
It was.
Have you been privy to some of those results?
Yes.
You've seen some of it?
Yes, I have.
Your Honor, I believe by agreement, we're going to introduce it's called FARO, F-A-R-O, big letters. Got a thumb drive that contains it.
All right, and this thumb drive contains the photographs and the laser measurements?
Well, I'm going to show the jury sort of what it is here.
All right, so this would be the results of the Pharaoh.
That's the, yeah.
on Exhibit 44. All right, Exhibit 44, without objection, will be the thumb drive containing the documentation just described by Investigator Jaynes.
And, just for the record, I'll go through the folders that have to be clicked to activate these results. There's a folder named Web Share that has to be clicked, and then the bottom file is Start Scene to Go on Windows. Double click that. Okay, now in the upper left hand corner, what's that appear to be, Investigator?
That's the residence of 825 Hamilton Street.
Okay, and when that is clicked, what does this then show?
As an overhead view of 825 Hamilton Street.
And what's the significance of these little markers, these purple, red markers?
Those are the points in which the Faro scanner was deployed. So at any given scene, you'll have to do multiple scenes. For example, if the Faro scan was set where Mr. Brooks is sitting, you wouldn't be able to see behind this witness stand. So you would be able to get that area right there, but if you wanted to get behind here and where the judge is seated, you would have to set and run another scan here. So those are the different points that the Faro scanner was deployed in order to get the most complete picture.
Okay. Now, if you can see there from, you can sit up if you need to, the very bottom red one, what's that lettering under it?
LTON 016.
Okay, so the last three digits are 016.
That's correct.
And looking at the rest of them, does that seem to be like associated by like the reference point of each camera location?
Yes.
Okay. So clicking on that, you can sit back down, and going to that top, what's called panorama view. Do you recognize this location, sir?
I do. That's the driveway to the alleyway of 825 Hamilton Street.
Okay. So at this point, what's the residence we're looking at?
That's 825 Hamilton Street.
Okay. And all those little white markers everywhere, what's the significance of those?
Those are evidence markers.
Okay, there's evidence markers, but what about the big white cloudy
Oh,
circles?
that's different points that the scanner was deployed.
Okay, so scanning left, what's depicted here?
That's the alleyway facing west.
Okay, and going to a road, what road is that, or what does it connect?
It comes out on Veterans Way Boulevard.
Okay, and if you go out to the end of this alleyway to Veterans Way and turn left, what direction, or what are you going toward then?
Toward the Veterans Administration Mountain Home.
If you go right and go through that red light, where are you going then?
Towards Hillcrest Drive.
Okay, up toward
Downtown.
Mahoney's, and you'd go ultimately up Mahoney's and right.
Well, more towards downtown, but yes.
Yeah. Okay. You say you can turn the whole way around, right?
Yes.
Okay. So moving on to what is the biggest circle from here, 015, the last three digits. Just tell us where we're looking from here.
That's the edge of the driveway going towards the residence of 825 Hamilton.
Okay. And without hitting all of these, going into what the last three digits, 012. And
That's a scan from the back door, which is the kitchen of the residence.
okay. That angle's a little dark. Let's go back to overview map, click the 5, and go to 008. Okay. Orient us here where we're at.
That's the sort of, the house is kind of an open concept, so the living room and the kitchen are sort of all one big room, and that's a scan from the living room, and then you can see the kitchen in the background.
Okay. And can you see bedrooms from here?
There's a bedroom, and then just the side of it is, I believe, a study, and then that room right there is Robin Leonard's bedroom.
Okay. And hitting 010, what room is this?
That's Robin Leonard's bedroom.
We call that the master bedroom.
Yes.
And of the rooms in this house, in crime scene analysis, do you look for evidence of a struggle?
Yes.
And what are signs of that?
There are drawers pulled out. There's several items on the floor. Just in this corner right here, that is a shelf that was broken off.
Okay.
And there's a baseball bat laying on the ground, blood on the carpet. So it's pretty apparent that a struggle of some sort happened in that
Okay.
room.
Okay. And if we click on 011, is what's that showing?
That's another angle of the master bedroom.
Okay. Now, just so the jury's not overwhelmed because I'm going fast through this, did you take still photographs of all these spots?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
We're going to get into that, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And clicking back to 007, is that another angle there at the front of the house, sir?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And going outside 003, where's this at?
That's the front porch, and that's actually Hamilton Street.
Okay. And was there evidence consistent with someone bleeding out there on that porch?
Yes, on the front porch, there's a considerable amount of blood on the ground and on that little table there.
Okay. And going through the house. Okay, where are we at here?
That's the back door. The driveway leading into the alleyway.
So how many doors lead into this house?
2. One facing Hamilton Street and one facing the alley.
The car that's parked there looks like a Honda. Do you know whose that was?
I believe that belonged to Miss Leonard.
Okay. Okay, now one more thing I wanted to show. You said it can sort of do measurements if you wanted them?
That's correct.
Okay, so let's demonstrate that capability. Did you find a bat in the master bedroom, sir?
I did. It was laying on the floor in front of that dresser.
Okay. Okay, where is it now?
It's right there in the background facing the door.
Okay. So over on the right, if we click measure distance and left click the top end of that bat, left click the back end and hit OK at the bottom, what's it say?
0.95 meters, so just under 3 feet, which is the standard length for a baseball bat.
That's all I'm going to do with that. Let's go on to pictures. Okay, you say you do diagrams too?
Yes.
Can you identify this document, please, sir?
That's a diagram I completed of 825 Hamilton Street.
Inside or outside?
That's inside.
Okay, we'd ask that be entered as the next numbered exhibit. And
All right, without objection, Exhibit 45 is a diagram of the interior of 825 Hamilton Street. That will be marked and moved into evidence as Exhibit 45.
okay, down at the bottom right-hand corner, what's written there in writing?
That is the first number is the police department case number, then my name, the location, 825 Hamilton Street, and then a notation that this diagram is not to scale.
Yeah, those things don't work on TV. Just describe, in the bottom left-hand corner, what is that? Or just take the jury around?
That's the front porch.
Okay, and you got a chair and tables
Yes,
there? And where is the entry door on the front porch?
from the front porch right here.
Okay. And the master bedroom, can you identify that room?
It's right here.
Okay, you've pointed to the bigger room on the left end
Correct.
of the house. Living room, kitchen, dining, where's that?
Living room, kitchen right behind it.
Okay. In the two rooms over on the side on the right?
Yeah, this was kind of like a study. This was a spare bedroom.
Okay. And in the upper right-hand corner, what is that?
That's in the very top right-hand corner is a bathroom, and then just to the left of that is the back door leading to the driveway and the alley.
Okay. And is there a full bath or half bath off the master bedroom?
I believe it's a half bath.
Okay. Okay, you can sit down. We'll go to the pictures. And, Your Honor, I have these in order, so I'm going to pass them up. Do these in waves. I'll hand you these, keep them in that stack, and tell us what the first one is.
This picture is a picture from the front porch leading into the living room of the residence.
Okay. This diagram coming in, or picture going in.
Yes.
Have you still got the diagram in front of you?
No.
Okay. Was that entered, Your Honor?
Exhibit 45.
45. Okay. Okay. So the next photograph we would enter is Exhibit 46.
Exhibit 46, the front porch and living room, or the front door and living room will be marked as Exhibit 46, that photograph.
Okay. What's the next photograph, sir?
It's also a photograph of the front porch leading into the living room, angled downward to notate the blood on the ground.
Is this a situation where you're standing pretty much the same place, you just moved the camera down?
That's correct.
Okay. We would ask that be marked as the next numbered exhibit.
That photograph will be Exhibit 47, marked and moved into evidence.
And the next one, what is that?
This is just inside the front entry door, with overall view, overall picture of the living room and the kitchen.
Okay, and is there blood evident on this?
Yes, there's blood on the teal couch visible.
We would ask that be entered as the next numbered exhibit.
That'll be Exhibit 48, marked and moved into evidence.
The next photograph, sir.
This is a closer up photograph of the same couch with more of the blood visible. This is in the living room.
Anything significant you found about that cushion there at the back of the couch?
I mean, it's got blood on it too.
Well, the part of the couch that you'd sit against with the streak. Anything significant about that you?
It appears to be splashed blood, where blood is sort of free flowing from a source.
Okay. We would ask that be entered as the next numbered exhibit.
That'll be Exhibit 49.
From the last photograph of the couch, are you standing near the same spot here in the next one?
Yes, you can see in the left-hand corner of the photo is the couch, and then this is the floor directly behind the couch, which it shows a significant amount of blood which had collected on the floor.
We'd ask that be entered as the next numbered exhibit. And, well, just for the record, to the right, what room is that leading to?
The spare bedroom, I believe.
Okay. So where are you in relation to the front door? Are you close to the front door
The
here?
front door, that is behind me.
Okay.
All right, Exhibit 50 will be the photograph of the hardwood floor with the blood depicted near the back of the couch.
Okay. Now, from that last photograph where you see an entryway to the spare bedroom, where are you now?
I'm at the entry door to the spare bedroom.
Okay. Okay. In referencing that, remembering that, I'm going to show you the next photograph. If we could enter that one as the next numbered exhibit.
The photograph of the shot from the entryway into the spare bedroom would be Exhibit 51, marked and moved into evidence. Bless you.
Now tell me the difference. I've still got that exhibit. What number was that, Your Honor?
51.
Number 51's up on the wall. What's the difference between 51 and the next one we look at?
This is more or less from the same point of view, but I just panned to the left. Whenever we're taking crime scene photos, we try to make it sort of panoramic in order to get the most complete picture of a room or an object as possible. So this is the same point, but I've just slightly shifted the frame of the camera to the left to show the corner of the room.
Okay. And if we zoom in on this digital photo of it, tell us what we're looking at here. It's basically in the middle of the photograph.
It's a pink plastic tote with looks like a stuffed animal and some clothing, some kind of bag.
Okay. We would ask that be entered as the next numbered exhibit.
The photograph of the corner of the spare room depicting the tote is Exhibit 52, marked and moved into evidence.
And what's the first one we got now?
This is a close-up of the refrigerator, which is located in the kitchen. And upon our initial exam, we noticed that the freezer door was slightly ajar.
Okay. Now, was there anything below that on the floor that you
Yes, on our
noticed?
initial walkthrough, there was an ice cube on the floor, just below that, and there are also a couple of what appeared to be 90-degree blood drops, and that's blood that dropped straight down, and that's can be notated by the fact that it is completely symmetrically circular in shape.
Okay. Investigator Jaynes, we had the patrol officers previously testify about securing the scene. What's that mean to you when they do that for you?
That means that no one has access to the crime scene. No one can mess with the scene, manipulate any objects, remove any objects, add objects, things of that nature.
Until you get there, right?
That's correct.
So what's the significance to you about this freezer door being open?
The freezer door was opened during or near the time the crime occurred.
Okay. We would ask that be entered as the next numbered exhibit.
Exhibit 53, correct, will be the photograph of the refrigerator door.
And you said you saw the ice during the initial walkthrough. What do you mean? Do you go through taking pictures the first time you walk through?
No, we didn't.
Okay.
We took the time to draft and apply for a search warrant for the residence before we completed our processing of the scene.
Okay. So later on when you're taking the pictures, is the ice still there?
No, the ice had melted.
Okay. And the next photograph, where is that at?
This is a photograph of the purse, which is located on the kitchen table.
Okay. We would ask that be entered as the next numbered exhibit.
All right, the photograph of the purse seated on the kitchen table, sitting on the kitchen table will be marked as exhibit 54, marked to move into evidence.
Next photograph, sir.
This is a photograph from the kitchen leading to the back door and the driveway to the alley of the residence.
Okay. We would ask that be entered as the next numbered exhibit.
All right, the photograph of the door will be marked as exhibit 55, moved into evidence.
And what's this photograph?
These are photographs of blood that was located just to the lower left of the back entry door, and the long, slim shape indicates to me that the blood dropped between at a 10 and 20 degree angle.
We would ask that be entered as the next numbered exhibit. And approximately how many drops do you see here when I zoom in on it?
I believe there were 3. And those dropped from top to bottom.
Exhibit 56, photograph of the blood drops on the wall and baseboard, will be exhibit 56, marked to move into evidence.
Okay. In relation to that door, the back door, where is this photograph?
That's just to the left of the door jamb
Okay.
to the back kitchen door.
Okay. And that's the inside the house? Is that inside?
That is, yes. That it appears to be a swipe pattern. That's where an object that is currently has blood on it comes in contact with an unstained surface, and the unstained surface is the ball.
We would ask that be entered as the next numbered exhibit.
All right, the blood stain or blood smear by the door frame will be exhibit 57, marked to move into evidence.
Next photograph, sir.
That is a close-up of the doorknob to the back door from the kitchen leading to the driveway and the alley.
Okay. And what's the significance of this photograph,
There
sir?
appears to be a blood stain on it. That is also appears to be a swipe pattern.
We would ask that be entered as the next numbered exhibit.
All right, your doorknob with a blood stain at the alley door will be exhibit 58, moved into evidence.
Next photograph, sir.
believe this is more photographs of the back door.
Okay. Now, does it appear to be there's two doors there?
Yeah, there's the primary door and then a storm door.
Okay. And which door are we looking at on this?
I believe this is the back door to the residence.
Okay. And tell us the significance of what you're depicting here.
There's several blood drops visible.
We'd ask that be entered as the next numbered exhibit.
Exhibit 59, the photograph of the back door, the storm door, exterior door, and the entry door with blood shown will be marked as Exhibit 59, moved into evidence.
What's the next photograph, sir?
I'm not sure if this is the front or the back door. Sarah?
Okay, let's back up. I don't know what exhibit number this one
That's
is.
the back. Okay, that's the back door.
Okay. You've got a
So
rug
this is
here
the-
on the right-hand corner.
Right, yeah.
Is that in front of the back door?
That's in front of the back door, yes.
Yeah.
So this is the threshold of the back door leading to the driveway and the alleyway, and there are blood drops on the threshold.
So from the last photograph where you took pictures for where the handle is and all that, are you staying in the same spot?
That's direct, yes, that's directly below the doorknob.
Okay, we'd ask that be entered as the next numbered exhibit, Your Honor.
And that will be Exhibit 60, the photograph of the threshold of the back entry door shown with blood on the, I'll call it the floor plate underneath the door.
And what's the next photograph, sir?
This is the back storm door to the residence, and there appears to be a blood smear on the, just below the door handle.
Now, are we inside the house or outside?
I believe this is outside because the siding
Okay.
is visible
We would ask
on the
that
right.
we would ask that be entered as the next numbered exhibit.
Exhibit 61 will be the photograph of the storm door handle showing blood smear.
Okay. Changing themes, where are we going now in the house?
This is a photograph of the floor of the master bedroom and a photograph of the baseball bat that was located there.
Okay, and tell us the significance of all the other stuff in the floor.
It appears to be jewelry, a picture, different items scattered about, again, signs of a struggle. And there appears to be blood on the bat, on the white portion of the bat. Blood is visible.
What about on the carpet? You see any blood on the carpet?
There are blood drops on the carpet just below it and then to the left.
Okay. What about up on the right-hand side of the photograph?
Yes, next to the bracelets as well.
And scanning up, upper right-hand corner, any more up there?
Yes.
Okay. We'd ask that be entered as the next numbered exhibit.
Exhibit 62 will be the photograph of the bedroom floor showing articles on the floor with the bat and blood stain on the carpet and the bat. Exhibit 62 will be marked and moved into evidence.
Okay. In the next photograph, what are we looking at?
This is a photograph of the master bedroom with emphasis on the back section of the room. The dresser visible, drawers had been pulled out, and then the bed and the nightstand.
Now, on the back of that, does it already have a evidence sticker on it, sir? If you turn it around. Exhibit
Yes.
number? What's the exhibit
42.
number? Okay. This exhibit 42 previously identified by Mr. Leonard. So,
This photograph has been previously marked as Exhibit 42. That's already been moved into evidence.
and what's the next photograph, sir?
This is again of the master bedroom from the same perspective as the last one. I just panned right to get additional detail of the room, to include the little armoire, the doorway leading into the half bath, and the closet and the fireplace.
Okay. Had you opened these doors yourself?
No, those were that way when we came into the residence.
Okay. And by patrol officers securing it, would you trust them to have not opened them?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay. We'd ask that be entered as the next numbered exhibit.
Photograph of the bed, the closet and fireplace of the master bedroom
So,
will be marked and moved into evidence as Exhibit 63.
looking from this perspective, sir, where you're standing, that last photograph, if you look at the screen, the next one, are you standing virtually the same spot?
Yes, again, I just panned right, and there you can see a broken shelf, which you could see in the bottom right-hand corner of the previous picture. This is a shelf that is obviously been broken.
And again, would that be signs of a struggle?
Yes,
Possibly.
yes. And this was in the master bedroom adjacent to the fireplace.
And where is this in relation to the entryway of that bedroom?
As soon as you walk in, it would have been directly to the right.
Okay. We would ask that be entered as the next numbered exhibit.
Mr. Sparks, could you hand, their phone?
Could you hand what will be Exhibit 65 to the court reporter? I'm sorry, that'll be Exhibit 64, the broken shelf.
Where are we at in the next photograph, sir?
This is another photograph of the master bedroom where I've got the half bath and the closet behind me, and the picture is facing towards the entryway and then the main front door to the residence.
Okay. And when we zoom on that window, what's that depicting outside?
Hamilton Street and the houses across the street.
Okay. And that little shelf that we saw in the last photograph, is it depicted here?
It is.
Is it
Just
on the
to
left
the
side?
left, just below the light switch.
Okay. And the front door of the residence, is it depicted?
It is.
And where is it? Is that a gumball machine sitting there?
Yes.
And where is the front door? Just have to
Just-
say it's in the record.
Just behind the gumball machine is
Thank
the
you.
front door to the residence.
Okay. We would ask that be entered as the next numbered exhibit.
Exhibit 65 will be the photograph of the master bedroom taken from inside the bedroom toward the door, entering the bedroom, showing the front door of the residence.
What's the next photograph, sir?
This is again the master bedroom. This is a mid-range shot showing all the items that were strewn about the floor, and 2 dresser drawers pulled out. You can see the baseball bat. You can see numerous places where there are blood on the carpet. And then there's a photograph just below the bat.
Did you pull these drawers out?
I did not. Those drawers and all the items on the ground were that way when we found it. We always photograph the scene as is without manipulating anything.
Okay. And is there a picture on the floor?
Yes, there is.
And what, can you step up and point to it on the? Okay. Would you say that's over on the left side of the?
To the
Photograph.
left side, yes.
Okay. We'd ask that be entered as the next numbered exhibit.
That photograph will be Exhibit 66, marked and moved into evidence.
And what's the next photograph, sir?
This again is the master bedroom. This was a drawer that was just next to the dresser, and again there the drawer. The chest is open. We did not open the chest, and there are items of jewelry strewn about. And then some sort of some little bowl or plate at the bottom right hand of the photograph.
Okay. We would ask that be entered as the next numbered exhibit.
Exhibit 67 will be the photograph of the drawer or the chest, opened jewelry on the floor around the chest.
What's the next picture?
This is again of the master bedroom. This is just a different angle of the items that were strewn about the floor. You've got the baseball bat in the top right-hand corner, just for reference, and you've got the photograph just below it. If you'll look to the lower left, there's a clear plastic covering, and that covering was directly in front of the fireplace. And then there's numerous drops of blood all over the carpet.
We would ask that be the next exhibit.
All right, the photograph of the articles on the floor will be exhibit 68, marked and moved into evidence.
Next photograph, sir.
This is again of the master bedroom. The shelf that was near the light switch to the apartment or to the room. This is directly below. Again, to the left-hand side, you can see part of the shelf and part of the support to the shelf, which was broken off. And then again, there are numerous items. Looks like a stuffed animal, different bottles of perfume, and then of course there's blood drops on the carpet as well.
We would ask that be entered as the next numbered exhibit.
All right, the photograph just described.
By Investigator Jaynes will be marked and moved into evidence as exhibit 69.
Next photograph, sir.
This is from the living room, sort of facing out to Hamilton Street. You can see on the porch, you can see blood in the background. To the lower right is the bubblegum machine that was just outside the master bedroom. And then around the door jamb, there are blood smears.
We would ask that be entered as the next numbered exhibit.
All right, the photograph showing
The front porch from inside the house, reflecting blood on the floor and the door frame, will be marked as exhibit 70 and moved into evidence.
Next photograph, sir.
This is from the master bedroom. This is a top, more or less a top view of the dresser, which had several drawers removed. And the items, you can see, again, several items on the floor. You can see the baseball bat in the lower left-hand corner.
We would ask that be entered as the next numbered exhibit.
The photograph just described will be exhibit 71. Marked and moved into evidence.
Next photograph, sir.
This is a photograph of the kitchen, specifically the kitchen counter and a kitchen knife that we found laying on the counter just as it was.
Okay. When you examined visually that knife, did it appear to have anything on it?
No,
Did you collect it as evidence?
we
though?
did, seeing as how it was a stabbing.
Okay. We would ask that be entered as the next numbered exhibit.
The photograph of the knife on the counter will be exhibit 72. Marked and moved into evidence.
That back. Can you identify this one, please?
This was a photograph that was located on the ground. This is a close-up photograph of the an item, one of the items that was on the ground of the master bedroom.
Did you previously see this on the photograph?
In previous photographs, yes, this is a close-up.
Okay. Zoomed in. Did you know who those were? Those people were? at the time?
The woman on the right looks like Robin Leonard. I honestly didn't recognize
You didn't know who that
the
was?
person
earlier?
on the left at
Okay.
first. I did not.
We'd ask that be entered as the next numbered exhibit.
All right, the photograph on the floor
Okay.
depicting two females, one being Miss Leonard, will be marked as Exhibit 73 and moved into evidence.
Okay. Moving outside, sir, did you do a diagram out there?
I believe Investigator Morrison completed this diagram,
Okay.
but I'm aware of it, and it's an accurate depiction of the outside of the residence and the driveway leading into the alley.
Okay. Can you hold it up for the jury? See, I'm not finding that. Watch that microphone when you get up. Okay. We'd ask that be entered as the next numbered exhibit. I'm gonna pass it to them because I thought I had it loaded on this. No, don't see it.
All right, the exterior diagram signed by Investigator Morrison will be marked as Exhibit 74, exterior of the Hamilton Place area.
And can we pass that to the jury briefly, Your Honor?
The exhibit, once marked, will be
Wait.
published to the jury.
I've got it. Never mind.
You can show
I've
it
got
on
it.
the screen.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Okay, so what's the numbers mean? There's like a bunch of numbers on here.
The numbers on both diagrams indicate the evidence item numbers.
Okay, and what do you mean by evidence item numbers?
So what we usually do when we're processing a scene, we'll photograph the scene, as I stated before, as is. We don't manipulate anything. We don't mark anything. And we're doing that as part of our initial walkthrough. As we're walking through, we're identifying items of evidence. And as we identify those items of evidence, they are marked with evidence placards. And you'll probably see some of these later on. So it's just a way to document the evidence that's collected on a scene.
Okay, now, back toward what's written as Hamilton Alley, there's notations about groove marks and snow tracks. Did you observe this stuff?
I did.
And what's that referencing?
It was a tire tread that was left in the snow from a vehicle that appeared to have left the scene of 825 Hamilton Street.
And over on the right-hand side, wire fence with damage, what's that talking about?
There was a chain link fence, and one of the fence posts at the corner, a corner fence post, was leaned over like it had been hit by an object or a vehicle.
Okay. So, going to the photographs that are in front of you. The first one, what is it?
The first one is, yeah, we've got different.
Oh, sorry. Pardon me just a second. I'll hand you what's been previously entered as Exhibit 3 and identified.
Okay.
Is this a photograph you took, sir?
This is a photograph of the front of 825 Hamilton Street taken from the middle of the road.
Okay. And is the front porch depicted here?
Yes, it is.
Okay. We'll pass that back. Sorry for my mistake.
Previously marked as Exhibit 2.
Okay. So the next photograph is at the front or back of the house?
This is the back of the house. This is a photograph taken from the driveway leading into the back door of the residence. And if you'll look along the porch, there are what appear to be footprints in the snow.
Now, at the time you're taking this picture, has there been foot traffic by police officers back through here?
No.
To your knowledge?
No,
There hasn't?
no.
When patrol did their initial sweep, what door did they go in?
They went at the front porch where all the blood was.
Okay. Where the victim was, right?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Okay. And so to your knowledge, nobody manipulated this back in?
Correct.
We'd ask that be entered as the next numbered exhibit.
Exhibit 75 will be marked and moved into evidence. The photograph of the back door depicting footprints in the snow on the back porch and steps leading from the back of the residence.
And what's the difference? Sorry. What's the difference in the next photograph?
This is just a slightly closer up view of the footprints in the snow leading from the back door of the residence. And if you look to the left of some of the lower fingerprints, there appears to be some blood drops in the snow.
Okay. Now, we 2 days ago, we saw some pictures from patrol officers. I believe Officer Roberts had taken some photographs of footprints in the snow. Did the day warm up after patrol?
Yeah, the snow was
come through?
melting quickly that day.
So the pictures you got, are they as defined about footprints as what the patrol officers were able to do earlier? As far as
No,
tread
I'm
pattern?
sure I believe there are pictures here where the snow was completely melted
Yeah.
because we were at the residence for several hours processing.
Okay, we'd ask that be entered as the next numbered exhibit, Your Honor.
All right, the close-up of the footprints in the snow on the back porch of the Leonard residence will be marked as Exhibit 76 and moved into
Next photograph, sir.
This is a lower angle view of the back porch leading to the driveway. If you look at the very bottom, these are 2 paver blocks that lead directly to the gravel driveway. And there are, again, a pretty well-defined set of footprints on the first set of steps. Just above and to the left, the footprints, there appears to be some blood drops in the snow. And then again, at the top left-hand corner, there appears to be more blood in the snow.
We would ask that be entered as the next numbered exhibit.
that photograph of the back porch steps and pavers with footprints and droplets will be Exhibit 77 marked and moved into evidence.
What's the next photograph, sir?
This is a photograph of the driveway to 825 Hamilton Street leading to the alleyway. And you can see tire tread visible in the snow. And then in the background, just to the right of the Dodge truck, you can see the fence post, which is leaning over from obvious impact damage.
Okay, and you're talking about those tire marks in the snow and the fence posts. Is that what you're talking about in that diagram that was depicted there?
Yes, yes.
We would ask that be entered as the next numbered exhibit.
Exhibit 78 will be the photograph just described by Investigator Jaynes.
What's the next picture, sir?
These are pictures of tire tread imprints left in the snow, which was just to the left of the driveway to Hamilton Street leading into the alleyway.
Okay, we'd ask that be entered as the next numbered exhibit.
That photograph described by Investigator Jaynes of the tire tread, closer up tire tread in the snow will be Exhibit 79.
Next photograph, sir.
This is another photograph of the tire tread left in the snow, and then you can sort of tell the snow is quickly dissipating. The gravel is the gravel from the driveway leading to 825 Hamilton Street.
We'd ask that be entered as the next numbered exhibit.
Exhibit A will be the photograph of the additional tire marks shown.
Next photograph, sir.
This is a photograph facing the rear of the residence, taken from the alleyway. So you can see the driveway to the residence, and you can see the tire prints left in the snow, and you can see the back door of the residence.
We would ask that be entered as the next numbered exhibit.
That photograph will be marked and moved into evidence as Exhibit 81.
Next photograph, sir.
This is a photograph taken from the back driveway of the residence leading up to the back porch. And you can see a couple of blood drops on gravel at the edge of the driveway. And then again, the footprints in the snow leading up to the back door of the residence.
Now here, have you placed anything on the ground?
Yeah, that's an ABFO scale,
Is it the little,
the L-shaped ruler, yes, sir.
like a ruler looking thing? Okay. We'd ask that be entered as the next numbered exhibit.
That photograph will be Exhibit 82 marked and moved into evidence.
And that, the next photograph, is that same ruler device? I forget what you called it.
ABFO
Okay.
scale. It is, and then it depicts a gravel from the driveway, which has blood on it.
Okay. And is that in inches or centimeters or what?
I believe it's centimeters.
Okay. We would ask that be entered as the next numbered exhibit.
That will be Exhibit 83.
The next photograph.
This is a close-up of the back porch and the footprints left in the snow therein. This is a photograph taken with a scale to depict an accurate size of the boot or the shoe. And then there's also in the upper left-hand corner what appears to be a blood drop in the snow.
Upper left-hand corner, you said? Yeah.
Yes.
We'd ask that be entered as the next numbered exhibit.
The measured footprint with the ruler and the blood droplet will be Exhibit 84 marked and moved into evidence.
Now, officer, you told about like evidence markers or something. The next photograph, is that what you're talking about?
Yes, it is.
And just tell the jury the significance of using these.
Again, this is item 17. This is a piece of plastic that was located in the driveway close to the alleyway where the fence post was that had suffered obvious impact damage. This was item 17. This is a piece of plastic that we recovered that we believe belonged to a vehicle that struck the fence post.
So when you do these scenes, you see something you think maybe you need to collect, you put these little markers down?
That's correct.
We'd
So
ask
this
it-
is item 17.
We'd ask this be entered as the next numbered exhibit.
Exhibit 85 will be the plastic piece next to the evidence placard number 17 in the gravel driveway.
And what's next, sir?
This is item 16. This is another piece of plastic that we recovered, and this was the edge of the driveway leading into the alleyway to the residence.
We would ask that be entered as the next numbered exhibit.
All right, the photograph of the black piece of plastic with evidence marker 16 will be marked and moved into evidence.
What's the next picture, sir?
This is evidence item 15. This is a piece of a taillight assembly that we also recovered from the area, from the edge of the driveway leading into the alleyway to 825 Hamilton Street.
We would ask this be marked as next numbered exhibit.
And you referred to that investigator as a,
The piece of the taillight assembly, vehicle
Taillight
taillight
assembly.
assembly.
the red taillight assembly with evidence marker 15 will be marked to move into evidence as Exhibit 86.
87, sorry.
What's the next photograph, sir?
This is evidence item 14. This is in the same general area, the driveway leading into the alleyway of 825 Hamilton Street. Evidence item 14, this is another fragment of what appeared to be a red vehicle taillight assembly.
Enter that next, please.
That will be Exhibit 88, marked to move into evidence. And that is evidence placard number 14.
What's the next picture, sir?
This is the corner of the driveway of 825 Hamilton Street leading into the alleyway. You've got a fence post which is leaning to the right, suffered obvious impact damage, and then the fence post prior to it is also leaning over. So that, coupled with the fact that we found pieces of a vehicle taillight assembly, led us to believe that a vehicle had struck that fence while backing out of the driveway.
Okay, and obvious answer here, but how many evidence markers have you got in this photograph?
3, it's 11, items at 11, 12, and 13.
Okay. We would ask this be entered as the next numbered exhibit.
That will be Exhibit 89, depicting the fence post and evidence markers 11, 12, and 13, marked to move into.
Okay, now, of those 11, 12, and 13, did you take close-ups, sir?
I did.
Okay. Looking at the next photograph, which one is this?
This is item 12. This is a close-up of what appears to be a vehicle taillight assembly. This was located near the fence post at the alleyway to the residence.
We'd ask that be entered as the next numbered exhibit.
All right, the close-up photograph of evidence marker number 12, the taillight assembly will be marked to move into evidence as Exhibit 90.
What's the next one, sir?
This is item number 11. This was recovered towards the middle of the driveway. And again, this is part of a vehicle taillight assembly, and it appeared this part fell off as the vehicle was leaving.
We'd ask that be entered next.
The photograph showing evidence placard number 11 with the red taillight assembly broken will be Exhibit 91, marked and moved into evidence.
And what's our next photograph, sir?
It's a photograph of the driveway facing the rear of the residence. In the background, you can see evidence placards 1 and 2, and in the foreground, you can see evidence items 8, 9, and 10, and those are blood drops on gravel, and they were covered up with little cardboard pieces to protect them while we were processing the rest of the house.
Okay. We'd ask that be entered as the next numbered exhibit.
That photograph will be Exhibit 92, marked and moved into evidence.
And what's next, sir?
This is evidence item 10, and just to the right of the placard, or to the left of the placard, you can see blood drops on the gravel.
We'd ask that be entered as the next numbered exhibit.
The photograph of the blood marked evidence placard number 10 will be marked and moved into evidence.
What's next, sir?
This is a close-up of evidence item 9, and that is a blood drop on a gravel.
We would ask that be entered next.
The evidence marker number 9 showing the blood droplet in the gravel will be Exhibit 94, marked and moved into evidence.
Okay. What's next, sir?
This is evidence item 8, and this is another blood drop on gravel.
We would ask that be entered next.
That would be Exhibit 95, marked and moved into evidence. The blood drop in the gravel with exhibit, evidence placard number 8. That would be Exhibit 95.
Okay, next photograph, sir.
This is the edge of the driveway leading up to the back porch of the residence. Visible in the photograph are evidence items 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Evidence items 4 through 7 are drops of blood on gravel.
Okay. We would ask that be entered next as the next exhibit.
That photograph will be marked as Exhibit 96, marked and moved into evidence.
What's next, sir?
This is a close-up of evidence item 7, a blood drop on gravel from the driveway.
We would ask that be entered next.
Marker number 7. The photograph of the blood and gravel will be marked as Exhibit 97.
What's next, sir?
This is evidence item 6. This is a close-up. Again, this is a photograph of blood drops on the gravel driveway.
We would ask that be entered as the next numbered exhibit.
That would be marker number 9. That photograph marking the blood with evidence placard number 9 will be marked and moved into evidence as Exhibit 98.
What's next, sir?
Evidence item 5 is a close-up. Again, it is blood on the gravel from the driveway.
We'd ask that be entered as the next numbered exhibit.
That will be Exhibit 99. Evidence placard number 5 showing blood on the gravel.
What's the next photograph, sir?
This is a close-up of evidence item 4. Again, blood from the gravels on the driveway.
We'd ask that be entered as the next numbered exhibit.
Marker evidence placard number 4, marking blood on gravel will be Exhibit 100, marked and moved into evidence.
What's your next picture?
This is a photograph of the back porch to the residence leading to the back door. Evidence placards 1, 2, and 3 are visible.
We would ask that be entered as the next numbered exhibit.
That photograph will be Exhibit 101, marked and moved into evidence.
And the next photograph, sir.
This is a close-up of evidence item 3, and this is blood in the snow.
We would ask that be entered next.
The evidence placard number 3 with the blood in the snow will be marked as Exhibit 102, moved into evidence.
Next photograph, sir.
This is a close-up of evidence item 2, and this is blood drop in the snow, and then there's also a depiction of the shoe print in the snow. And there were footprints leading away from the back door, and this one appears to be leading to the door.
We would ask that be entered as the next numbered exhibit.
All right, Exhibit 103 will be the photograph of evidence placard number 2, marking a footprint and blood drops in the snow.
And your next photograph, sir.
This is a photograph, a close-up of evidence item 1, which is blood in the snow. This is from the porch leading to the back door of the residence.
Approximately how many places or spots of blood are there in this photograph? I've zoomed it a little bit on the screen if it helps you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, at least 7.
At least 7.
Yes.
We'd ask that be entered next.
All right, 7 drops of blood counted by the investigator with evidence. Placard number 1 will be marked and moved into evidence as Exhibit 104.
Okay. And what's the next photograph, sir?
This is an overall view of the rear of the residence to include the alleyway, the driveway, and the back of the residence, with evidence placards marked for the pieces of the taillight assembly we recovered, and then in the mid-ground, obviously the chain link fence, which appeared to have been struck, and then the driveway leading up to the rear of the residence.
Okay. Now, I think in preparing for this, we had a discussion about marker 18. Do you see that in there?
I do.
In that diagram that had been previously entered, did you have an opinion as to when 18 was identified?
18 was probably located later. Once we identify the items and we start photographing, we always go back through the scene again in the interest of being thorough. And I don't think we had located item 18 on our initial search.
Okay, so the diagram might not include 18. Because
That's
it might have been
correct.
written earlier. We'd ask that be entered as the next numbered exhibit.
The photograph of the driveway, alleyway, and chain link fence behind Ms. Leonard's residence, showing evidence placards 14, 18, 15, 16, 17, facing the camera will be marked and moved into evidence as Exhibit 105.
And the next photograph, sir?
This is a close-up of evidence item 18, which is a piece of black plastic with a little bit of red translucent plastic. It led us to believe this was part, again, of the taillight assembly.
Okay. We would ask that be entered as the next numbered exhibit.
Exhibit 106.
Next photograph, where are we moving to now?
This is the front porch of the residence. This is where I believe medical personnel encountered Miss Leonard.
Okay.
And
Now,
there's, go ahead.
you understood that's where she was, and the medical people tried to work on her there?
Correct.
Or whatever. What's the significance to you of that when you're later processing the crime scene?
There's obviously a lot of blood that had collected on the floor, and then at the top right-hand corner is the leg of the chair, and then right next to that chair is a table, and then blood had collected on that little table as well.
Okay. Is it easy for first responders to wind up stepping in blood in these circumstances?
Yes.
Do you see evidence of that
I
here?
do. That, like, if you look on the just next to the left, that appears to be some sort of duty boot track. So
We would
really-
ask it. Go ahead.
I'll just say there's really not a lot you can do with that blood, because it's obviously contaminated, other than to photograph it as accurately as possible.
Okay. We would ask that be entered as the next numbered exhibit.
The photograph of the front porch depicting area with blood covered will be Exhibit 107, marked and moved into evidence.
And the next photograph, sir.
This is a close-up of the front porch of the residence. This appears to be, there's a lot of blood here, but then if you look at the small droplets here and up there, those appear to be what is called splashed blood, and that's where blood is just dropping straight down. So it appeared to me that Miss Leonard called 911, and she was waiting on medical personnel. She was sitting there bleeding as she was waiting on medical personnel to arrive.
Okay. So can you put words to that splashed blood? How were you?
Yeah, it's where the blood just drops, and then it splashes on itself, and it creates little satellite patterns, which is the small drops that you see there.
Okay. So it's like blood on blood?
Yes.
We would ask that be entered as the next numbered exhibit.
That photograph of the close-up of the blood area on the front porch of the residence will be marked and moved into evidence as Exhibit 108.
And your next photograph, sir?
This is another angle of the front porch of 825 Hamilton Street. Again, at the bottom, you can see blood on the floor, but there's also a small round table, and on that table is more blood, and there is also a cell phone.
Okay, and is the cell phone, is that the significance of number 19?
It is.
And was that collected as evidence, sir?
It was.
We would ask that be entered as the next numbered exhibit.
All right, the photograph of the porch, table, chairs, and evidence placard number 19 will be marked and moved into evidence as Exhibit 109.
Probably got a dozen more photographs to do. I don't know that we'll finish this up before the break, so I'll take the court's direction.
Everybody need to rid yourself of coffee, water? Everybody need a little comfort break? Yeah? No? Okay.